find your lack of faith disturbing.
An elegant weapon for a more civilized age.
New flavor today, it's called butter cookie. Tastes neither like butter or cookies, but it's still pretty good. I like it. Welcome to Darth Vapor. I came across an article today asking a question, posing the question, or actually posing the possibility that Rogue One's Jyn Erso could appear in Andor. And it's not really a rumor. It's just a thought experiment about how Jyn's character could be in the Andor series, and I would love to see that. I don't have any other experience with the character of Jyn Erso. I guess she was in a book or a novel, Star Wars Rebel Rising. I haven't read that one. And it's said to be canon, so maybe I should read it. And apparently, a question that I asked in the last video was, are we going to see K2SO? And it looks like there have been talks about the show where, yes, he will be in that show, and I like that. I love Alan Tudyk, fantastic voice actor. But the point that this article is making, or this thought experiment is making, is that Andor appears to follow multiple plot lines, as Mon Mothma and Stellan Skarsgård's characters each seem to have their own stories going on. And so Saw Gerrera could have an entirely separate plot revolving around Jyn. That would be really neat. Really, really neat. The one thing about Rogue One that blew me away was that they killed off all the characters. I was surprised that was good. That caught me by surprise. And this series is said to be 2 seasons long, and it's going to lead right up to the beginning moments of Rogue One. So there's a lot of great things that could happen in this series. They're doing a bunch of episodes. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Felicity Jones returning, but I sure would like that. The writer goes on and says, while Jyn's introduction would have to fit into the show without feeling forced, her backstory with Saw is vague enough to make it work. During Rogue One, Jyn tells Saw, quote, "The last time I saw you, you gave me a knife and a loaded blaster and told me to wait in a bunker until daylight." Of course, in response, Saw explained that she was the daughter of an Imperial science officer, and instead of letting people use her as a hostage, he decided to cut ties. The writer does concede that while Jyn's reintroduction is definitely a possibility, there are a few problems in the way. On top of making it fit within the story, the abandonment of Jyn has also been portrayed in the novel that I mentioned before, Star Wars Rebel Rising. It explains that Saw leaves Jyn behind during an assault. Well, spoiler alert, I should say. For anybody that has not read the book. It explains that Saw leaves Jyn behind during an assault on an old Clone Wars munitions facility after one of their team members attempts to kidnap her. But of course, we know that in some of these stories, they have no problem overwriting something that's been written or put into comics, novels, what have you. But it just comes down to the fact that many, many people loved the character of Jyn Erso. I would like to see her back. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know. Also, Fiona Shaw's character appears to be named Marva. That's Maarva, and she will serve as an adoptive mother to Cassian. Also, she says about the series, quote, "It's an Andor series, and it's about people called Andor, of which I am one." And so based on comments that she made last year about the series, it sounds as though Cassian will take on a new name following some tragedy. Cassian Andor. And he is Andor. And she's Andor. And their people are Andor. I think that's pretty neat. Looking forward to this series. I really, really am. Obviously, if you couldn't tell. I still haven't seen who Stellan Skarsgård is portraying, though, so hopefully that will come really soon. So again, what are your thoughts on these things? Just leave it in the comments. You know how YouTube works, right? This has been Darth Vapor. May the Force be with you.